My name is Roderick Stahl. I'm with the Central Quarter Light Rail Project. And the food is coming. The stuff you're really excited about is coming. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the presentation, even though I know the food is coming and you're going to be a little bit distracted. Wow, I might get distracted. Okay, thank you for coming to the Asian Employment and Business Opportunity Session. The idea, one of the things we've been doing is we've been moving throughout the communities. So we've been like in the Black community, we're going to the Latino community, we've been specifically in the Hmong community, and this is our opportunity to in-reach to the entire spectrum of Southeast Asian community. And so, thank you for coming. If you have any questions, let us know. We're going to try to go through the presentation pretty quick, but giving you time to absorb, and if you have questions, to ask questions. I'm going to take the place of Richard G., who couldn't be with us tonight. And so, you get to enjoy my voice a little bit more than you would have had he been here. Welcome is what he would have said, so that's what I'll say. And I practiced my part. I didn't practice his part, so I'm going to, I kind of have to read part of his part, so forgive me. We wanted to first say thank you to the Chinese American Business Association of Minnesota, the Vietnamese Social Services of Minnesota, which is actually right down the street where we had a workshop this morning, the Center for Asian Pacific Islanders, CAPI, United Cambodian Association of Minnesota, UCAM, Southeast Asian Refugee Community Home, Search, Minnesota, and Lao Family Community of Minnesota. They've been helping us get the word out about both the thing this morning and the session tonight. We want to point out for your meeting pleasure some partners who are around the room and folks who would love to talk to you. I'm going to spend a little bit of time telling you what they'll talk to you about, and I'll point them out, okay? If they're here. The Minnesota Department of Transportation. Is the Minnesota Department of Transportation in the house? Make some noise for the Minnesota Department of Transportation. Now, they're here with all sorts of information about business opportunity and workforce or employment opportunities. And so please feel free to chat with them and share. You notice they don't have any food. So maybe a little bit of food from your plate might get them to give you some information about workforce or the like. We have the City of St. Paul in the house. She's not making any noise. Could you guys encourage her to make some noise? And she's going to actually be presenting part of the presentation today. And I'll also point out there's a little green table in the back there that has some other City of St. Paul information on it. Metro Transit. Is Metro Transit here? Okay. Metro Transit is here. And Metro Transit is here because one of the things we've heard is that people wanted information on kind of how to make sure they use the bus system and the rail system and the train system now efficiently. And so Metro Transit is in the house for that kind of information. Don't tell them I told you this, but maybe you can ask them for some bus passes. Coalition for Diversity in Construction. Mary is going to be here. She isn't here yet, but Mary Dahlquist with the Coalition for Diversity in Construction has been crucial to us in helping us help people figure out what kind of training and how much training they need if they want to do one of the trades that are connected to the light rail. And so we'll talk about it a little bit later, but when she comes, she'll have a ton of information. She's also with the St. Paul unions and can talk to you about kind of some of the union practices. Union representatives, Mary Dahlquist can help with that information. And then the CCLRT, which is a Central Corridor Light Rail Transit Project, outreach team is here. Make some noise to outreach team. A warm welcome for the outreach team. And the DBE and Workforce Group is over here next to Sarah. This is Pat. Pat, make some noise so they know that you're around. All right. Okay. Here we go. Today's agenda, we're going to do a welcome and introduction. That's what I've been doing. I have a really big announcement after I finish this slide. Welcome and introduction. We're going to talk about the importance of the project for the St. Paul economy, because sometimes we focus on the line, the building of the line, but what's also important is what it will do for the city as well as the region. And Sarah's going to talk about that. Shu is going to talk about, she's going to give you an update on the light rail project. I'll talk about employment opportunities. I will also talk about business opportunities. Shu will talk about finding information about accurate information about the Central Light Rail Corridor, and then we'll adjourn. The note that I got earlier was a wise person in our office who noticed that you guys were afraid to eat. And she said, tell them to eat. And so please, we're gonna be talking, and as you see, I can talk and have a good time all by myself. So ignore me, I mean, don't ignore me, but eat, for God's sakes. Eat so the food doesn't get cold, okay? Here, we'll put it next to you so that you can go ahead and enjoy.
Richard.
All right, so dig in. One of the reasons, and again, I'm doing this for ditto for the, you guys, the folks in the peanut gallery, these folks out here, no, the folks at the tables are hungry, and so I think that Wei and Chu are going to make sure you guys get some eats, okay? Because we've got you, we care about you, even way back there in the back. One of the reasons, I'm being silly, and I hope you guys don't mind. After a meeting with the community, there were a couple things that they said that they wanted to make sure that members of the Asian community knew about the project. One of which is that they thought that it was important for the Asian communities, particularly who've been kind of busy doing work with each other and not necessarily work with federal contracts. They mentioned that it would be good if the Asian community got involved with this project more, in part because there are many jobs that may come from this job, especially in a time, the economic time we're having. And so one of the reasons why they think it's important and we think it's important is more jobs. Secondly, business development. We will talk about goals on the project, and we hope that all of you here, whether you're employed with the Central Corridor or you want to be a contractor for the Central Corridor, get involved and develop your business, develop your skills. And lastly, we're here because it is a federal requirement. Whenever you're getting money from the feds, they require that you do some things, and a couple of things they require that we do on this project are, one, outreach to communities of color, and have both employment opportunities and contract opportunities. All right, so I am done. So I'm gonna go sit down, and I'm gonna invite Sarah